time to respond and send PMs because he's been so busy with school and things like that. But I guess that's the story with everybody, including myself. I barely have time to do audio commentary, so it's very scheduled for me. You know, I know I'm going to have, you know, a few hours open tonight, so I kind of say this is the time I'm going to be doing my audio commentary, so it works out for me. Anyway, he's saying that he thinks that the Warcraft 3 scene is cooling down and dwindling down, and he likes to see new things. He's actually complimenting me on my last rant-style audio commentary, and I actually got a lot of PMs and a lot of comments that appreciated that kind, just because it was something new and something that players, people at WC Replays haven't seen before. And I always like to bring new content in and try to see if this works in the scene, and if it does, and it seems like it is, then, you know, I'll continue doing it for a little while. Now, again, this doesn't mean I'm going to be stopping to do audio commentaries. In fact, I'm probably going to be making a new one relatively quickly here. That's an actual commentary on a game. There's a lot of really cool games out there, and World Cyber Games is coming up soon as well, so that's going to give us lots of replays. Again, that's something that Mongoose even mentions for me, so that's them. Thank you, Mongoose, for the PM there. Geis is PMing me about the interview that I'm including in this, so he's thanking me for sending him that. He said it was 17 minutes long and it was pure gold to him, so thank you guys for getting me involved in that. Joker's Z, I think he likes to be called Jokers. He's got this very thick Australian or European, some kind of accent. Pretty sure it's Australian. I did ask him on that before, I just forgot. But he has made a new audio commentary in the member section. Since he's no longer a staff member, he's making commentaries in the member audio commentary section. So he wanted me to critique it. I was able to listen to it, but I didn't get to watch the replay with it just yet because I was at work. So I only got to listen to the audio portion of it. And I was rather distracted, I guess, at the time. So I said it was good, and it sounded better than a lot of his other stuff sounded. So I think it's a big improvement. I think he's improving, you know, since his first few audio commentaries. Blah! You know, I talk really too fast, I think. Anyway, you guys should probably give him a listen to, and give a lot of the other member audio commentaries a listen. They're in the, just take a look at the forums in the member audio commentary section, download them, and be sure to leave them comments and constructive criticism, you know, because we don't always update the audio commentaries on the front page, you know, every day. It doesn't happen so fast, so, you know, it's always nice to have these members that are submitting content to kind of keep everybody else entertained. You know, and they're of pretty good quality as well. I haven't seen really, really bad commentaries from the member audio commentary section in a little while. Let's see what other PMs I got. This is from Ted. Ooh, Ted. Okay, this was the human one. Let me. I'm gonna have to download the replay again and watch it, and I will include this in the audio file as well, so you guys can take a look at it. This is a human versus Night Elf game, and I believe it was on Echo Isles. No, it was on a small map. It was Tyrannus Stand. Echo Isles is a small map, what I'm saying. So yeah, Tyrannus Stand. Nooblet01 is the human, and that's Ted. He's, I guess that's one of his aliases that he plays on Battle.net. I don't even know which ladder he plays on, but he's playing a Night Elf, and let's speed through this and see what happens real quick. Another kind of replay. Again, on the fly, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to go join that event channel back in case anyone has something to say. Join in if you have something to say. I'll change my notes, see if anyone has that. Change state. User. I don't even know how to use Ventrilo because I'm not that good. Copy comment. No, I want to change my comment. How does this work? Oh, comment. There. And if you want. Alright, got that going on. Go back to the replay. Phreak and Killer Frog are still in there, and Phreak always has lots to say, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't jump in here in the next minute or two, who knows. Alright, so the Night Elf is doing the standard creeping of that Goblin Laboratory with his Ancient Award. This is something that you can come to expect in almost every matchup versus Night Elf. A lot of the pros were doing it, so it's something that easily enough to copy. The human player does a really, really good job of fast creeping his Goblin Laboratory and the Apprentice Wizard Camp, although I'm just noticing now that he left that one wizard, so maybe that was one of the mistakes that he thought he made. Also, he mentioned in the PM that I was reading off, that I remember now that this replay is playing, I can kind of remember what he said, that he didn't have the resources at the time, or he was distracted, and he wasn't able to build that fast expansion up in the upper right-hand corner fast enough. He thought he should have made that a little bit sooner. So I can definitely agree with that. If you want to go for a fast expansion, then, you know, try to make it happen as fast as possible. But he's dealing with that tier 2 hit from that Night Elf, and that happens very, very quickly. That happened in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and you know, these are average level players that are just taking their inspiration from pro players. He dealt with it, I think, pretty good. He lost a few footmen, but he ended up doing really, really good using that arcane tower, bringing the enemy back to that, and didn't take too heavy losses. But that harass is really delaying that expansion for him. He doesn't have enough lumber, I think, at the moment to do it. He just got enough lumber to start fast building that. He's constructing more towers, which is the standard human thing to do. Game's actually almost over. It's 75% of the way done. Human got his Mountain King out. And the Night Elf player really should have I think, I don't know, Phreak will probably have something to say about this, but, you know, kind of keep up the harassment. You got to keep that human player busy. If you let him creep, you know, it's not necessarily that he's trying to, that's what you see in the pro games. You commonly see at low-level human players, or low-level human heroes, because the Night Elf player in the matchup generally keeps them very busy throughout, not able to creep. However, in this instance, the human player was able to creep relatively freely on this small map, so you figure it'd be a little bit easier here. Night Elf player missed a good amount of breath of fires. I'm just kind of shoutcasting as I see there, so, but he's doing really good at using those rejuvenations on his bears and on his heroes, keeping them alive. So he's doing a good job of harassing them. However, these towers will end up going up, and I think what ends up happening here is the Night Elf puts a lot of pressure on the Mountain King. There's a lot of focus fire with all his units and his hero, and the human player is able to use his towers and the rest of the units to kind of pick off all the bears and all the heroes, and that ends up getting him the win. So just going to fast forward, we'll just alt-tab. I think that's what happens, and if it's not, oh well, you guys can see the replay and how it's working out. So, whew. Alright, I think I actually went over a lot of the stuff that I wanted to go over. I'm going to go back and see if Killer Frog or Phreak have anything left to say. And I know Phreak always does, so. Alright guys, I'm ending the audio commentary. If you guys have anything else to say it now.
Systemshark's fag.
Love it. Phreak, you rule.
Hey man, tune into my shotcast tomorrow.
Idiot. Idiot. Yeah. WCR is awesome, but not as awesome as me.
Alright, thanks Phreak for that. I'm actually in the AFK channel now, so he can't hear me, and they're still kind of chit-chatting back and forth. But thank you for tuning in to my rant-style audio commentary. This was a quick 30 minutes from 6 to 6:30 Eastern Time on the Ventrilo server with Killer Frog, and Phreak was there, and there was another guy there, I forgot his name, he's not there anymore. And Tainted Sun is in the AFK channel right now with me. If you guys appreciated this or you liked it, go ahead and let me know in the comment section of WCReplays.com, right on the front page of this post, or you can PM me directly, Sysshark, on the WCR forums. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you guys later.